What's going on, everyone? Moose here, Air Guns of Michigan, and today we are going to be looking at the Eaglevision Muzzle Break. Now, this is something that I've been talking about for some time, about switching to air strippers and muzzle brakes. I can tell you from experience that getting the air away from the pellet, behind the pellet, is paramount to proper trajectory flight. And the reason that I stumbled upon that was because of my BSA Gold Star in 177. It's a sub 12 foot-pound gun, and it came with a muzzle brake, an air stripper. And I tried to put a moderator on it, and it really just didn't shoot all that great compared to having a muzzle brake or an air stripper. So I reached out to Eaglevision when I saw that they were coming out with this new muzzle brake, and I said, I've got to try it. And they said, no problem. We'll send you one to give it a go. So this does come in two different sizes. It comes in the 60 millimeter, which is this version, and it comes in a 45 millimeter, which obviously is just a little bit thinner. We talked, and they said, you know, you should try the 60 millimeter because I am going to give this a go on a lot of different platforms, but mainly on my FX Impact Slugger that I now have the 800 millimeter tension barrel on. Now, just to get this out of the way and out front, it is going to be loud. It is not a suppressor of any means necessary, but that doesn't bother me considering I'm shooting for accuracy. Don't really care if it's a little loud. So, but I do want to go over what comes in this, and they were ingenious in doing this. They actually have an adapter for M20, M18, M14, and half UNF. Awesome. Great thinking. Also included in the kit is the other end for 177, 22, 25, and 30 cal. It all comes in one kit. So it makes it nice to interchange the ports for the exiting pellet or slug, and it makes it really nice to be able to switch it between your other guns with just, you know, if you have an M20, an M18, M14, or a 1/2 UNF. No other adapter is needed. It comes in the kit. So, what else comes in the kit? Comes with these pins. We're going to talk about that because we're actually going to set it up. Comes with some O-rings, and it comes with some these little why am I drawing a blank here? The little screws that hold your half UNF in place. Set screws, thank you. Oh my goodness. So, the first thing we're going to do is obviously, this is going on an FX Impact, so we're going to pick the 1/2 UNF. They do not come marked like this on the outside of the package. However, each one of these individual components is laser etched with what it is. So if we look on the inside of this, it clearly says MBA 1/2 UNF made in England. So the first thing we're going to do is there's O-rings on the inside of here to help tension this, and there's an O-ring on the outside. We're going to simply insert this, and we're going to screw it all the way in. Now, all right, so it's all the way in. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take these little set screws, and I'm not going to drive them all the way down, but I do want to seat them into here for in the future. They are put in at a 90-degree angle, not on the angle of the circle itself, so they're not going to go in this way. They're going to go straight in. I pulled out 4 of them. I think it comes with 6, at least my pack did, and these are going to be what is going to orient the adapter or the muzzle brake, and I'll show you exactly what I mean when we get to that point. We're going to take this one, there's 4, and we're going to stick it in this side. We're going to take the last one and stick it in here. And I hope you guys can see that. I mean, if you get one, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. But right there, you can see there's 2 holes there for set screws, and there's 2 holes here for set screws. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick the caliber that we're going to be using. I'm going to be using 22 caliber out of my 800 millimeter tension set. So we're going to pull the 22 millimeter out, or 22 caliber out, and these ones are etched right on the edge here, and it says right there MBC 22. Now this does not have set screws, however, I'm going to show you how to tighten this to make sure that it does not come loose on you. And that's where these little pins come in. So what you do is you take 2 of the pins. They give you extras, which is nice, and you're going to orient them into these little holes on top. Take any kind of screwdriver or whatnot, and then turn and tighten those right up. So now that's nice and snug. You don't have to break it or try to strip it out, but you definitely want it to be snugged. So now all these parts are extras for later on if I so choose to change calibers or guns. We're going to put our O-rings up there. We're going to put our little Allen wrench up. No, we're not. We're going to keep that back here. And we can put our other thing up here. I'll move this up here a little bit. And I'm going to grab my compact range vise. I'll move a little bit of this. And we're going to grab our impact. And we're going to set it in the vise here. And we're going to take this. Now keep in mind that I hand tighten this as pretty as tight as I can get it. And we're going to thread this onto the end. Now, once this gets tight, it just so happens that mine more or less ended up exactly where it needs to be. Yeah, because I'm really just tightening the other part now. It's pretty tight on there. We're going to take our little Allen key and we're going to snug down these set screws so that our muzzle brake in fact stays oriented the way that it should, which is flat on the gun. So these little Allen keys get stuck. There we go. And we're going to come to the underside and try to find these things without trying to be a contortionist. Apparently I need to be a contortionist. And oh, for the love of God. let's turn the gun a little bit in the vise. Hopefully I can get a little bit better of it. Oh, I can. I can get a little bit better of an eyeball. And we're going to tighten that one up. And we're going to come over here. And we're going to tighten this one up. There we go. So now we're complete. So muzzle brake, you may ask. You may say, why a muzzle brake and not a moderator? Well, as I stated in the beginning, the idea of a muzzle brake is to strip the air away from the projectile coming out of the end of the barrel. So slug comes down the barrel, it's got a bunch of air behind it, and you know, and moderators do a fair job at getting rid of the excess air, but really this muzzle brake, which is why we have these on our you know, on our powder burners and things like that, it redirects excess air. I don't need any more air once this slug leaves the end of this barrel. Once that thing's out of the barrel, it's irrelevant. Extra air is not going to help. It's going to hurt. And basically what happens is your slug's traveling down the barrel in a straight line, and if there's excess turbulence behind it, it can disrupt the flight path, which causes it to start to wobble. Now, it will straighten itself out. However, it's already been thrown off course, which is sometimes why we get flyers, or sometimes why we get just inconsistence, or you know, any number of things can happen. So the idea behind this muzzle brake is gets the air, redirects it away from the end of the trajectory path as far as the gun's concerned, and makes that trajectory even that much better. So we're going to take this thing out to the range, and we're going to shoot it. You guys are going to see me out there shooting the slug gun anyway, so it'll be a great little opportunity for you guys to see just what this thing can do. Keeping in mind, it is not going to be quiet, guys. It really is not. It's basically like shooting your gun with nothing on the end, other than the fact that more air is going to be redirected back towards you, which is going to potentially, I don't know, I haven't pulled the trigger on this thing yet, but it is going to be noticeably louder. So if you guys are looking for quiet, I would suggest check out the Eaglevision suppressing system that they have. Their suppressors are top notch. I'm hoping to be able to review one of those soon, but you know, just go ahead and give that a go. Just start. So if you guys are into precision shooting and you really want to lighten the end of your barrel, I mean, this thing weighs like next to nothing. It is super lightweight. Certainly much lighter than any moderator. Now, granted, with the tension system on here, weight doesn't really affect it that much, but harmonics still do happen. So we're going to take this thing out. We're going to give it a test. We're going to bring you those results. So be watching for that video. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. But I think I pretty much covered this the best that I can. So with that being said, I'm Moose. This is Air Guns of Michigan. Be good to each other, and God bless.